thanks to the support as a channel member, Sam Clegg. Well, I've not recovered from the playoffs. I'm recording this immediately after, but we're about to find out our budgets, and I could really do with some good news to cheer me up. In all seriousness, it's like 3 minutes real time, human time, Kev time since the playoff semi-final sadness. Please give me £30 million to spend to cheer me up. That's not enough money. That's the budget we already had. What they've done there is given me no money at all. So we are going to have to sell to buy. We've got 70% retained transfer revenue. In terms of saleable assets, obviously we're losing Roivers, Diaz, Somerville, Civilek, Morgillo, who is, oh, he's not for sale. That's why I thought he was out of contract, but no. So we're losing 5 regular starters that we're going to have to replace. Mr. Tickle has an enormous value, but he's enormously important and has just signed a new contract. So he's very unlikely to leave. Bernal leaving could be potential because obviously, has he lost his place to Sturton? I mean, Sturton's played the last 2 months of the season and scored 11 goals in 13 appearances, but absolutely bottled the playoffs. Bernal got 24 in 34 before his injury, but then he also absolutely bottled the playoffs. Do we bid them both off and buy some proper footballers? And then we've got a lot of the boys that we brought in January who haven't really played yet. So this is where the January transfer plan needs to start coming to effect. Colin Bailey came in permanently. He's only 22. We didn't really use him because we signed loanees over the top of him. He needs to become part of the first team, either in central midfield or on the right wing. Likewise, Kevin Byrne kind of needs to become our starting left winger, or else the January transfers didn't really work. Franny Troon can now actually play, which he wasn't allowed to do for the second half of the season because he'd played for both Fulham and Luton. He made a cup substitute appearance for Fulham, which meant that he couldn't ever play for us, which I wish I'd have known before we brought him in. He didn't give me any warning of it, but he can now integrate into the squad. And I guess we've got some fringes to try and move on. Job one this summer, I guess, sell on the players that we know we're not going to use. I mean, even someone like Sharman Lowe, we can't really keep him around as backup forever. He's just not going to be happy doing that. But at left back, I think we're fine with Johnson as the starter once he's fit again. And then one of Denner or Fernandez can stay as backup. We can sell the other one. I mean, if we can get anywhere near that kind of value for Fernandez, we'll be laughing. Because he is effectively our third choice. We know we're losing Roivers. Although for some reason he's still showing on our plan for next season thing, which is weird. Shah can stay at right back. Quirini should be fine as his backup. So I think we're probably fine at fullback. Centre back, we know we're losing Roivers. We'll still have Bindon and Carragher, but nobody else. So we need at least 2 centre backs. Ideally, at least one better than either of these two. I mean, ideally, we bring in 2 centre backs better than both of them. I mean, Carragher is 30 now, and we'd already decided he wasn't good enough in League One, and then he's played most of last season. Bindon is on so much money that I think if we get a decent offer for him, we'd probably let him go. So we might end up bringing in 3 centre backs and dropping Carragher down to being a backup. But obviously doing that relies on having the money to do it. We're losing Somerville, who goes back to Villa. So starting defensive midfielder probably needs to become Miley at 24 now. It's time. If he's ever going to be the regular starter, now is his time. We lose Civilek as well. And we need to sell the likes of McKiernan, who's just never going to get back in the team again. And then in central midfield, Pacheco is still only 31. I think he's good for another season. So he can be one of the starters in there. I think Bailey probably has to be the other. Gibbs was fine first half of the season, so I think he'll be fine as one of 4 players who can play there. If we're now saying Miley is a defensive midfielder, that means we're going to need 1 more central midfielder, probably 1 more defensive midfielder, and then sell McKiernan, O'Neill, Adaji. On the left-hand side, we're losing Diaz. We're going to sell O'Neill. So we've got Burn and Wood. Are either of them good enough to start regularly? I guess we find out. Or lose one of them. And then on the right-hand side, we're losing Morgillo. We're losing Webster. So it might be Bailey, although I'd rather use him in central midfield. It's more likely to be Mama. And then we still need another guy in unless Troon becomes that guy, but he's more of a striker. So we probably need another right winger. And then up front, theoretically, Sturton, Bunnell and Troon should be plenty. We shouldn't need to sign a striker. But I love signing strikers. So we'll see what happens. So busy summer ahead of us. But job one is to start to get rid of some fringies. So let's do that. Mr. Tickle, what a man. Championship Golden Glove as a newly promoted goalkeeper. That's what I'm talking about. Interestingly as well, Morgillo won League One Player of the Year, despite spending the second half of the season playing for us in the Championship. I would love to be able to bring him in for another season. I suspect it's not going to happen. We've also got some money in. So almost £5 million as our solidarity payment. And our chairman's put another £4 million in, all of which means the financial situation is looking a lot healthier, although unfortunately doesn't translate to budgets, which is very sad. Right, we've made a head start on transfers. It's still only the 7th of June and we've already spent over £1 million on a player. Richie Valmy is a 28-year-old Haitian centre-back. He's 6'4", and you know the script. Yeah, he's actually got the jumping reach as well. He's a legit 6'4" big boy who comes straight in as a defender as good as Roybers. It's exactly what we needed. Yeah, 28 is a little bit older than ideally we would pay, but he's only wanting 15 grand a week. He's got loads of experience in the French league. And if nothing else, he's the kind of guy that we could probably sell on for 10 million in 2 years when he's 30 and we're in the Premier League. So I don't see there being a downside to it. And I think we are going to struggle to find really good centre-backs. So we now have one. So he's in. We probably still need at least one more, but at least we have one. We've also started moving some players out as well. So Ashley Leggett has gone to Crawley for £800. JJ McKernan's gone to Swindon for £13,000. And Teddy Sharman Lowe has gone to Watford for £70,000. He wanted to leave. We couldn't really keep him here. He's just gone there to be backup as well. Cup goalkeeper there. We're going to need a backup goalkeeper, but we couldn't really keep him. So with those transfers having been done, yeah, we're already reaching. Yeah, we have got the loans still to go back to the parent clubs, so that will free up some space. And it looks like my director of football has just made an offer for somebody. It's a backup goalkeeper, Owen Goodman. He's 6'4", so he's the kind of guy that I like. Norwich signed him on a free transfer. Yeah, I mean, if he's cheap, he's fine. We'll have him as a backup keeper. He's happy to come in as backup keeper. And, I mean, you know what? Gregor Riok, fair play to you. That's one less job for me to do. We're not paying for him, are we? I didn't actually look. Is there a fee involved? Ew. Don't really want to pay for him. We probably will, though. Okay, this wasn't on the agenda for this summer. Okay, so I'm less stressed seeing that it's the women's team. I mean, we might be going to a women's team, boys and girls. Liverpool women. Now, I said all along with Non-League to Legend, we loaded the women's teams. There is the potential we'll go to women's teams. However, we will judge the situation the same way we would judge going to a men's team. So there needs to be money for me. So we are currently earning, where's my contract? At Wigan, 4.8k a week. I don't know if Liverpool ladies are going to offer me more than that. We'll go along to the interview though. Right, let's have a little chat, shall we? I have shown loyalty to every team I've managed. Yes, I'm ready to make that. I mean, imagine if we went into the women's team, were really successful, and then moved over to the men's team. Is that a route you can take? I guess we just wait and see what they offer me, if they offer me anything. This could be interesting. We have our pre-arranged transfers arriving. These are the youth players released by Premier League teams that scouted to have at least championship potential. Yeah, we'll see. So Adam Arnold, he's only 6 foot. He's a little defender who's never going to be better than League Two. What a waste of money. Cristiano Todaro is a striker from Manchester City. He was the best of the bunch. I remember him being the best of the bunch. That's why we gave him so much money. I mean, if we can get that money for him now, I'll take that, because he's never going to be better than League One, which suggests the rest of them are probably going to be bobbins as well. He's a 6'4" striker, also from Manchester City, who's never going to be better than League One. And Reece Cripps is a little defensive midfielder who is never going to be better than League Two. I think, boys and girls, we've reached the point where we're not going to bring in the released Premier League players anymore, because clearly we have outgrown the point where they are any good. The thing is, what we are going to be able to do is loan these players out and probably make a profit on them. So it's a nice little earner, but they're no longer going to be the kind of players who come in and make a difference. Oh, we didn't get the Liverpool job after all that. I was so convinced I was going to have a decision to make. I am interested in seeing how much they're paying to the person who did get the job, though. So they've hired Melanie Ray. They wouldn't have offered me anywhere near enough money anyway. So it's probably unlikely at this stage of the save that we'll go to a women's team unless we get offered big money, which we're probably not going to be. This is upsetting. Dale Taylor, who's been on loan at Cambridge twice this season and did allow us to do the financial rebuild last summer. Cambridge offered £5.75 million to actually buy him finally, and he's turned the move down. Despite having surplus to requirements, he's on the transfer list and he's been there already. He's there and he's playing. He scored 14 goals for them last year. We're never going to get £5.75 million for this guy. Go to Cambridge. It's a lovely place. Right, we've let some more of the fringies go. O'Neill has gone to Portsmouth on a free transfer, and there's been some players released as well. Kean Noble, probably the most notable amongst them. So all of that means we hit the 1st of July and we're actually over our wage budget because our loans have come back and the ones that we had here have gone back. So we're going to have to sell before we can do anything. But it does mean that we've now got a lot of strikers, including Rob Harley, who is on his way back from Crewe and is now considered the second best striker that we've got. 2.5 stars of current ability, 5-star Premier League potential. So obviously he's coming into first team reckoning. So Dale Taylor, Christian Sadie, possibly even Bonell, all need to be moving on. And yeah, we need to seriously move some players out to free some money up before we can do anything, really, which is annoying for the 1st of July. I love the 1st of July. It's my favourite day of the year and it's been spoilt. Right, we've got our loans back and 3 of them are definitely coming into the first team squad. Martin Palermo, who is now, how old is he? Where's the age? 18 years old, 6'2". I was expecting him to end up a little bit taller, but he's 2 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. He played regularly for Cambridge last year in League One. I think he's going to be fine as a 4th centre-back option for us for this season, so he is into the squad. We're also definitely adding Rob Harley to the squad, who has returned as a 2.5-star player, second best striker at the club, best left winger at the club, and scored 14 goals for Crewe in League Two last season. So he's going to be in as a rotation option for the entire front 3. So we need to make sure we don't accidentally sell him to Chelsea or Aston Villa. That wouldn't be ideal. And then we also have on the left wing, Jude McRobbie, who is 18 years old now, 2.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential, another one who needs to come off the loan list and has got a huge value and played games for Boston in the National League last year. So 3 youngsters being added into the mix. We're still Okay. Now the other loans have left. We've got a little bit of wage budget again. So we have invited some trialists in. I don't know if any of them are actually any good. Let's pick a best 11 based on the players who are currently here. The only trialist who would get in our best 11 is this guy. And I'm not sure I want him because he literally plays in the positions we've just identified as being for McRobbie and Harley. So he potentially comes in and is in the way. Although he is a good championship player with championship experience. How in the way would he be? We might bring him in. But I don't think we're going to be doing much in the way of free transfers. Again, we're reaching that point, squad ability-wise, where random freebies aren't really getting the job done anymore. This might be the year we rely on our own youth, because we've got 3 outstanding youth players there who, let's see if I can develop youngsters, I guess. I haven't done this for a while. Well, we didn't bring anybody in on a free transfer. There's a potential 1 or 2, but I think we need to carry on focused on trying to sell players. We are generating some money through selling players. So far, we have moved on quite a few, most notably Christian Sadie's gone to Hull for £500,000. Liam Gibbs has joined him there also for £500,000. So that's given us £1 million of spenderinis. A few other boys have gone out on loans, and this is what the squad planner looks like at the moment. So with new signing backup goalkeeper Goodman, who we did spend like 300,000 on, and Austin as the third choice, we've got our goalkeepers are fine. At left back, we've got Johnson, Denner and Fernandez. So we've just put Fernandez on the transfer list because I don't think we need 3 players for 1 position. So he can leave. At right back, we've got Shah as the starter. Querini can be his backup. This youngster, Martin Ashworth, he's really a winger. But the fact he's already that good at 16 suggests he's going to be the next one off of the conveyor belt. But I don't think we want to move Querini on to make room for him just yet. Maybe in another year we'll do that, but he might end up breaking through on the wing rather than at centre-back. New boy Valmy is the best centre-back we've got. It's then likely to be Bindon and Carragher fighting it out to partner him, and Martin Palermo as 4th choice at the moment. Potentially still going to bring in another centre-back and either sell Bindon if we get a big offer because he's on so much money, or loan out Palermo. I'm not sure which way I'm leaning on that yet. We will take Palermo off the transfer list for now, off the loan list, sorry, but I suspect there'll be some movement there. Midfield is where we need to do the most work. Smith's hopefully on his way out. So as a defensive midfielder, we've only really got Miley, so we need 1 more of those. And in central midfield, we've only really got Pacheco and Bailey. And Bailey wasn't even starting last year. So we need at least a couple more central midfielders. So between those, covering those 3 positions, we probably need 3 new players. Up front, Sturton is probably going to be our starter. Rob Harley will be starting by the end of the season, I reckon. He is progressing phenomenally quickly. Dale Taylor, we've accepted much smaller offers than what Cambridge were going to offer, but we want him gone. We've obviously already sold Sadie. If we were to get a big offer for Bonell, we'd sell him, but we haven't. So at the moment, it's going to be Sturton, Harley, Burnell, which means no room really for Franny Troon, but it's too soon to sell him because he only came in January and won't agree to leave yet. So he'll probably be someone that we look to move on or maybe loan out. And then on the left-hand side, Harley could be the starter. McRobbie could be the starter. Realistically, we probably need to bring somebody in over the top of both of them. Probably should have signed that guy we looked at before. Because we don't really want Harley to have to start out wide. He's really a striker. McRobbie's probably not ready yet. Burn might be good enough. And Wood we've got on the transfer list, and we'll probably look to move on, especially if we're bringing in a new left winger, but even without, McRobbie has moved past him anyway. On the right-hand side, your starter's going to be Bailey, unless he's playing in midfield. Possibly Mama, but he's injured again. Troon might end up getting in the team there. We've got young Martin Ashworth as well. And obviously we've looked at the strikers. So I think midfield is definitely the area we need to focus on the most. Central midfielders, maybe a winger who can cover both sides. There's still a lot to do. Right, because I know some of you will think I've lost my mind when you see I've potentially sold Bunnell. He's just come to me and asked for a new contract. He's unhappy as a result because I said no. He's already on 16 grand a week. He's potentially third choice striker for us now with the emergence of Rob Harley. So I'm going to accept this offer, or I have accepted this offer. And to make sure he goes, because I could really use £6 million to spend, we're going to do the old trying to force him out tactic. In addition to that, there's lots of other transfer business going on. We've signed Nigel Lonwick, who's 30 years old now, but a very adequate backup across the back four, just a useful utility player. Came in on a free transfer, been playing in the Championship for years. Very, very handy, very useful to have around. So as a result of that, we can loan out Palermo. He can go and get first team football somewhere for another year. We did sell Dale Taylor. He's gone to Albacete for 1.6 million. Messo's gone to 1860 Munich for 160,000. Matthew Smith has gone to Darmstadt for basically nothing, but he got him off the wage bill. We've also loaned out some more of the youngsters, Donovan and Eddie, most notable as name in the game youngsters, and Pau Fernandez has gone to Leganes for 775,000. So there's money starting to accumulate, and we are going to start spending it. We've got a few incoming transfers potentially going on, and I'll introduce you to those players as and when they arrive. There's no point showing you them if the deals could still fall through, but we've got some exciting midfielders hopefully coming in. One of which is this guy, Guillermo Angulo, 21 years old, 3.5 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential. He's a potential Premier League central midfield player. He plays central midfield, can also play defensive midfield. We've brought him in for £1.3 million off of Caracas in Venezuela. Was previously at Malaga in Spain. He's a Venezuelan international. So, yeah, very excited to have him in as one of a number of new central midfielders. We are trying to bring in 2 or 3 at least to rebuild the midfield, which is definitely our weak point. So Bunnell has gone to Malaga for £6.25 million, which means we can start spending and continuing to add to this midfield. So first man through the door is Tyrese Hall, comes in on a free transfer on mega money. But that's why he's a central midfielder, can also play anywhere across the attacking midfield 3. He can play defensive midfield. He's 6 foot tall. He's got fantastic physicals. He's only 27 and he's good enough to play in the Premier League eventually. I mean, he could be a star player for us for the next 2 or 3 seasons, and then we can sell him on at a profit when he's 30. So he's in. We've also got Ante Susic on loan from Dortmund for the season. He's a 20-year-old German right winger who can also cover at right back. 3 stars of current ability, 5 stars of potential with him. So that gives us some cover on the right-hand side. And then we've also got Abdoulaye Kante, 28-year-old Ivorian, natural at defensive midfield and central midfield. 3 stars of current ability, just very solid, good Championship defensive midfield player. Definitely a position we needed cover in. So now we've got him or Miley to play defensive midfield. And then further forward, we've got Hall, Pacheco, Bailey, Angulo. Central midfield is probably sorted with Hall and Susic adding it into the mix. The right-hand side is probably sorted. We could still do with one more centre-back, I think. I'm working on it. And then someone for the left-hand side and a striker, just in case Rob Harley isn't as good as I think he is. I think I'm giving up on the idea of Franny Troon. We'll probably loan him out. Harley, I want as like a reserve across the front 3. Sturton, he's fine as a starter. I mean, he was scoring goals for fun last year, but if we can bring in like a 4-star Championship striker, I think we're going to win the league. So left wing, striker, centre-back, and I think we're done. Oh, and we've got loads of money to do it with. Exciting times, boys and girls, and this is rarer than rocking horse poop in FM. But Roivers is back for the 2nd season in a row on loan from Ajax. We're having to pay all of his salary, but at 19 years old now, still 6'5", which is jolly nice. 3.5 stars of current ability, 5-star potential. We know what we get with him. We know how good he is. So he is back. And bearing in mind we'd already signed his replacement as well, That's quite the centre-back partnership now, because we've got Valmy, who's 6'4", who's just come in, which means Bindon and Carragher can just be the backups. Lonwick, we already knew, was just going to be a utility backup for everybody. Yeah, I'm very, very happy. Palermo's gone out on loan. We have brought in a left winger as well. So Leonard Englert has come in for £2 million. I think he's the most expensive player we've bought. £2 million comes in from Grutherfurth, previously of Stuttgart. So he's a good left winger who can also play attacking midfield if we decide to switch to a system that uses an attacking midfielder. We're still trying to nail down a centre forward, but otherwise, I think we're about there now. I don't think we signed it. All these midfielders were here before, weren't they? Have you met all of those? Had you met Kante? Yeah, you'd met Kante. So Englert and Roivers are the two latest ones. Craig Wood has gone to West Brom for 450,000. So there's still plenty of money and still transfers going on. We're in two minds about whether we sign him. I don't know that we necessarily need him. And this is the striker we're trying to sign. But yeah, Roivers being in, very exciting. Well, once again, we're having to start the season before we finish the squad, which is always annoying. We did sign Dada Maskell. Is that how you say his name? So he's come in for £220,000 just to slot in as another option for us in defensive midfield. And this is the team we're playing on the first day of the season. Mr. Tickle is injured, so Goodman is going to come straight in and make his debut. Roivers isn't fit, hasn't had a pre-season with us, so he's going to start from the bench. And we are going to give a start to Rob Harley to just have a look at him. I'm excited by him. So it's going to be Goodman in goal, a back four of Johnson, Carragher, Bindon, Shaha, Dada Maskell, New Boy Hall alongside Pacheco in midfield, Harley on the left, Susic on the right, and Sturton up front. And there's still a month of window and decent money left. So the team might look very different by the time the window closes. At the moment, the media don't really rate us. 14th place. I think we're going to win the league if we can find the right striker. We have our new striker. Arnu is in. He's 26 years old. He's Spanish, 3.5 stars of current ability, 4 stars of potential. He's 6'2", nice and physical, not very strong, but quick. Good goal scorer. As you can see, throughout his career, he's scored goals. And I expect him to come in and score goals for us as well. Those last couple of signings do mean a few players have gone on the transfer list. Franny Troon is one of them. We'll go with Arnu, Harley and Sturton as our strikers. Harley started the season, quite well. He's probably ready, I would guess. And then on the left-hand side, Kevin Byrne has gone on the transfer list as well. He's just got too much quality ahead of him, especially because we brought in another left winger on loan as well. Dakari Messam joined us on loan from Brighton for the season. The squad continues to get stronger and stronger, and we're still not completely spent up, although we are getting there now. Well, we have made it to the end of the transfer window without any more activity. As you can see, we're very financially compliant with FFP, and our summary of our transfers makes us look like a selling club. We brought £10 million worth of money in, selling 26 players, only signed 10 players for £5.5 million, but goodness me, is it a good 10 players compared to the ones that have gone out. And I am very, very happy with how this team is looking. We've clearly started the season quite well because we're top of the championship. 4 wins from 4, 12 points on the board already. Jolly nice to see. Let's have a look to see what the game thinks our best 11 is. The fact that the game already thinks Rob Harley's in the best 11. To be fair, look how good he's getting already. He's already considered a leading championship player after the way he started the season. Are you surprised? This boy, my concern now is in order to get him to sign a new contract in the summer, we had to agree to a £16 million release clause. And I'm genuinely worried we're going to lose him in January for £16 million. So as soon as we can, we are going to try and tie him down to another new contract without the release clause. I mean, why would he sign one without a release clause? It would be madness. Is he in the Dream 11 yet? Not yet. He must be on his way there, though. He is going to single-handedly drag us, kicking and screaming, into the Premier League if we can keep him all season. And that obviously is a very big if. But I am very happy with that team. I'm very excited for this season. And if you enjoyed that video, please make sure you leave a nice big thumbs up on there for me. Subscribe to the channel for daily Football Manager videos. And thank you very much for watching.